Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to more adventures in the West Balkans with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today we have a cargo of empty pallets, not the most lucrative cargo by any means. However, we did get lucky. We are currently in Rijeka, and we did find a delivery to Zadar. And you might say, why is that important? Well, the Holiday Coastline Achievement, which requires you to make 3 deliveries in a consecutive order along the coast, is this route, Rijeka to Zadar. That's step 1. So that will get us the first of those 3 deliveries we need for that achievement. Now, I did also take the liberty. The AI was trying to route us through this easier route here, but I did see these squiggly lines, and I thought we can't pass up the opportunity to explore these squiggly lines. So I'm routing us through there. It will take us about an hour longer, close to a 5-hour journey. Let's get started right now. It's Thursday morning, about 3:30, so we should get sunrise as well. Hopefully, we can get another perfect journey, perhaps. We have... Whoops, I'm going out the wrong way, but I think we can go this way. I think it's going to be fine. Hopefully, we can get another perfect journey here. We got 1 in our last adventure. This is a tougher turn here. Come on. Made it. Okay. We're good. We'll talk more about that as we get going, but let's get out on the highway a little bit. We'll connect in just a few minutes. All right, so we're out on the highway now. We've left Rijeka behind us. Still quite dark here, about 4:30 in the morning. Got about 45 minutes into our journey. Looking forward to the squiggly lines. I like rerouting us towards the... this is going to be bad. What car's coming up? Let us go. We're going to have an accident. Don't hit it. Oh, good. We just made it. Those places where the traffic's merging. I'm not sure you could see it up over the mirror there. There was a car right behind us. I found those are the places where it's really easy to pick up damage and then get blamed for it when a car kind of cuts you off in there. What's going on here? 30 miles an hour. We better slow down. Lots of stuff going on suddenly here. Okay. Do not want to get a speeding ticket in here. So again, to kind of a couple of goals here. One is to get the first stage of this Holiday Coastline journey. This actually looks pretty spectacular off to the side here. It would be a very nice thing to see in the sunrise. Hopefully it comes up shortly here. Some really nice views off to the right side here. This looks pretty cool. Hang on one second here. So this is what it would look like if we were here when the sunrise. This is absolutely gorgeous off to the side here. Kind of want to come back here and drive this when the sun is better here, because right now we've got we can barely make it out as the sun's coming up here. But I think as we get up into these squiggly lines here coming up, this is Senj. I'm not sure if I said that right, but looks like this is a pretty cool ride. Excellent. Very, very nice. We've got vistas to look at. But again, one of our goals is to get this delivery to Zadar. That will get us the first stage of the Holiday Coastline Achievement. And those can be really tricky to get, because if you don't see the delivery between those 2 particular cities, you can't really move along with the achievement. So I'm happy to get that going here. What a cool little town. This looks really neat. And now the sun's coming up. So we're getting some good views here. The other thing is we did get a perfect delivery in our previous episode, which does give us 1 in a row in our quest for 10 perfect deliveries. Now, a few people are making comments, and I appreciate the assistance and tips and stuff like that, saying things like, well, if you really want to make 10 perfect deliveries, you should kind of really refine the truck and things like that. And I totally agree. I don't really want to focus on it that much, because I feel like if I were trying to focus on perfect deliveries, I would really go to a spot where the drive is really easy. Like, I would not mess around with this, for one thing. Curves on hills, going up hills in the mountains and stuff like that at night. I'd pick kind of a stretch or a country where I know the routes are easy and it's going to be pretty easy not to screw up and things like that. So, and I don't really want to do that. So it's more like, we're trying to get 10 perfect deliveries, but not at the expense of kind of some of the adventure that's here. So it's kind of a side quest, if you would, even though I might spend a good bit of time talking about it in each episode here. But this is now our 3rd delivery. This should get us our 4th city, I believe, in the event, the World of Trucks event here. So I'm happy about that. And I'm going to kind of talk a lot, because this is a relatively short trip. So I think I'm going to just chatter away as we look at the West Balkans coastline here. This is, by the way, an interesting turn coming up here. So to transition to our next subject, it is safe to say that Colorado has advanced on to the final. Here is the results of the Colorado-Oklahoma match, and it was not close. Oklahoma getting trounced by Colorado here. It's actually a little bit of a tricky navigational spot, but No cars coming the other way, so that was easy. So Colorado is our first American Truck Simulator state to go on to the final. Oklahoma has been eliminated. And that, of course, means that now it's time to set up our other semifinal match, which is none other than Texas, our number 2 ranked state, against Montana, our number 3 ranked state. So I will have that poll up on the community page of the channel. There'll be a link down in the description and a link in the first comment pinned down below. So if you are interested in voting in that, I'd love to have you to hear your opinion. Look at this. This is really cool. I'm actually going to come right up here now and take another picture. I'll be right back. Check it out. This is spectacular stuff. This is great. Very, very cool. Let's get back into the truck here. I got a new paint job, by the way. I'll show you in a second. Whoa. It's a tricky turn, by the way. That almost looks like a hidden road there, but it's blocked off with X's, so I'm assuming we can't go through the X's, which means it's not one, but it definitely looked a little bit like one. Here's a sleeping spot there. I have heard, this is, I think, relatively unknown in the United States in terms of this aspect of the Balkans, but how beautiful the coastline is. And I know our daughter was just there in Croatia and was at a camping beach resort in the summertime, August, and had just a marvelous time there. So it makes me really want to go. This is just, that's one thing about the game. It's like you drive these places in the game and then you're like, wow, I really have to go there. So added to the bucket list here, we're going left, I think here, right? It's a little bit tricky to figure out. Yeah, sharper turn. Well, not if you're paying attention to the GPS, but yeah, so this, I've heard really good things. Our daughter had a marvelous time here. If you are from that part of the world, if you have suggestions on places to go, that might actually be in the game too. Wow, this is really tight. That truck almost hit us there, but so far so good. This is great with the sun coming up too. Anyway, it looks like we've made it through the squiggly part there. That wasn't too bad. I was thinking, kind of, if you've been watching again that American Truck Simulator series where we've gone down to the Mexico mod, those squiggly lines were crazy difficult there, but this was actually pretty modest compared to some of the mountainous roads that we just handled in. Can I go this way? Looks like it. Wow, this is really narrow. Gonna make it? This is so narrow. What's going on? It's not letting us through. Is this just for cars? Uh-oh. Okay, we better back up then. This is problems here. We do not want a car or truck to come in behind us because then we'll get wedged in here. I'm assuming we weren't paying attention and this is just for cars. Now, someone did post a comment and said there's a couple of bugs in the DLC and it will create issues like Sarajevo or Zagreb or something like that. No, Sarajevo, there's a problem with it. Usually those things get fixed very quickly, so I'm hopeful we're not in a situation like this. This looks good. We can go right through here. Start of toll road. Okay. So we just went through the wrong place and it wasn't letting us through. That's why it was so narrow. Okay, that makes sense. No cars coming. We're good. Okay, problem averted. Yeah, someone said there's a couple of places in the DLC that are buggy, that they lead to kind of the game crashing and stuff like that. Just 2 I've heard of so far, but usually those places get, I think, fixed very quickly. So hopefully that will be the case. Anyway, we're back on track. We've explored the coastline a little bit. I'm interested to see what Zadar looks like too. That looks like it's right on the coast here as well. And that will get us our first journey. But yeah, to go back to the voting competition, the next competition should be Montana against Texas. The winner of that will go on to the final. We're down to 3 states left. Although we will have, just got to pay attention where we're going. We will have a consolation match first between Oklahoma and the loser of Texas and Montana to see which one goes around. Texas and Montana, I'm kind of curious to see who wins because I thought Texas would roll into the final, but Montana's a really good state in American Truck Simulator, and Texas struggled against Washington. It was behind after 24 hours by a significant margin, and then it kind of rebounded and rolled over Washington, but it was a narrow victory, and so Washington almost knocked off Texas, which means that maybe Montana will upset Texas? I don't I don't know which one I would pick. I've kind of not thought about what I would pick in terms of winners and losers and things like that. So, and I haven't voted in the own polls. I just kind of watch them come up and take the results. But I'm excited to see our final too. Be interesting if, well, I mean, yeah, it's going to be either the number 1 seed that I thought, Colorado against Texas, or Montana. Yeah, Colorado's going to be tough to beat though. Anyway, 7 o'clock in the morning now. We got about 2 hours and 22 minutes left before we get to our final destinations. Let's cruise down the road here a little bit, and then we'll check in about a half an hour or so. Whoa, that car cut right in front of me. I was looking to see where he was. I thought for sure he stopped. I don't know how we didn't get something there. And I didn't want to change lanes because there was a car off to our left either. Man, about an hour and a half left before we've reached our destination. A lot of kind of winding mountainous roads with tunnels and things like that. I'm really impressed with this stretch of the DLC. The whole thing's been pretty cool so far, and I realize we're just scratching the surface because we've got a lot more to the kind of the southeast to explore here, but really fun drive so far. Good job. It's just fun to have a new area as part of the main game to explore here too. I want to chat a little bit about experiments. So I don't have an update yet on the hired drivers. There's not quite enough time to talk about it. I haven't had time to kind of reassemble all the data, but when we do, there's going to be a good bit of data in there because I think it's been about 2 or 3 days now. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how our hired drivers have developed and how much money they're making and stuff like that. And our conclusion so far seemed to be that it makes sense to have balanced skills as opposed to concentrating in one thing. But now as we get, they're all getting up into kind of levels 5 through 10. I'm kind of curious to see how that changes as they get a little bit better as drivers. So we'll have more data in the next episode for sure. And then was thinking a little bit about the next experiment that we'll do. And Revan fan suggested exploring trucks to see, do trucks matter for hired drivers? And I think I know the answer. I think it's yes. This is pretty cool, by the way, over here off to the right. Very nice. Take a look this way, maybe. Yeah, whoops, I'm gonna crash. Okay, that was different. Usually it's higher above when it does this. There we go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pop those mirrors off. Nice. Very cool. Anyway, yeah, so Revan fan suggests looking at trucks, and the question is, do trucks matter for hired drivers? And I think the answer, again, is yes, but it would be fun just to spend some money to explore it. And the nice thing about that one is it won't take us much money because we just need one garage maxed out, which is, what, like 400, 500,000? And then we need 5 trucks and hired drivers. And 5 trucks, 2 of which are probably going to be maxed out. One will be a middle, so that's like another 500, 700,000, and 2 beginning ones. I think we can do it for about maybe 1.3 million or so. We should be able to kind of conduct that experiment, and we've gone up another 100,000 since the last episode, one sleep and this drive right here. So I expect we'll have enough money to start that experiment probably in maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and then we'll be all ready to go. We do have a police officer right beside us here, but we are not speeding, and so far, knock on wood, perfect delivery here. Could we get 2 in a row? That'd be pretty cool. And I'm kind of be neat if when we get to Zadar, the next place we have to go on the Holiday Coastline Achievement is Split. I'm not sure if I say it's Split or Split. I'll have to look that up. But if you know, let me know. But that would be our next destination. And if we get that, that would be 2/3 of the way there. I just go back to the fact how long it took to get the Orient Express again, which took a year. So hopefully this one won't take us a year. It does look like we're making our exit here to go down to the coastline. Zadar is right on the coast, so this could have some pretty cool views as well. About 26 minutes to go. Let's check in as we just get a few more minutes down here, as we must be pretty close to our final destination now. Just a few minutes left. We just went through the toll booth. If you have West Balkans, I'm curious if you have any suggestions on cool places you've seen. I'm also wondering if there are hidden roads in this. Zadar discovered 6 out of 30. We are 20% of the way to the road to the Adriatics achievement, so that's kind of fun. If there are some, I'm curious though if anyone's found hidden roads in the DLC. There's got to be some, right? Although it does feel somewhat, I don't want to say congested isn't the right word, but it's got that Euro Truck Simulator kind of density to it, which isn't necessarily, I think, in many cases, a thing that lends itself to hidden roads so much. but I'm curious if anyone's found any, people have discovered any hidden roads. This looks like quite the port town here. Very interesting. Big cranes off to about 11 o'clock there. Looks like we have, okay, what kind of a rotary is this? Oh, okay, we just go around and out the other side. So we're gonna make a complete U-turn here. Rotaries. I'm not sure if the AI has gotten better for rotaries or just I've gotten to be a better driver, but haven't had an issue with the rotary in a lot. Now this ambulance is right on that side here and it's gonna screw us up, isn't it? I'm gonna let it go actually, just because I figure as soon as I say that, we're gonna have like some kind of an accident here. And I need to go off to the right here? Down here? Really? Really? And then left? This is a very interesting delivery, for sure. This way? Speaking of hidden roads, whoops. Okay, that didn't feel right. I feel like we're gonna get damage there, but nope, we didn't. Okay, I think I was supposed to loop around that a little bit, but what is this? Is this some kind of a port delivery? Rijeka? It's just empty pallets. It's not worth very much. All right, so we go right here. Curious to see what kind of parking we get to, but this always does look like, what an interesting delivery. This must be some kind of port facility place, maybe? That overhead tramway. Is that for coal? We have those in Minnesota, up near the Lake Superior, and they transport coal into the ships. But interesting. Looks like we go off to the left here. Yep, that must be the case. Through the gates here, and then we are here. All right, so far so good. And could this be perfect delivery number 2? I've hit these gates before and racked up damage. That wouldn't put it past me to screw up here at the last second. This feels like a 40. 90, 3 90s in a row. That doesn't seem that hard. Doesn't it look like we can just pull right past it and in? This looks super easy. Like, barely a 40. What? This doesn't... Like, they forgot to put the forklift in front of it. This is just... it's making me nervous because it's so easy that I don't feel like it's a 90. I mean, this could be the fastest 90 we've ever done. Just gonna get the trailer straight. And we should be able to go right back into it. Right, like that, right? It's right there. I mean, this is cake. It's like a 15. That's not a 90. That is not a 90. There is no way that's a 90. Empty pallets delivered. We are here at the coast in Zadar. Let's tee this one up. I painted, there's the black and gold. I repainted the truck, the trailer, the cab. So let's see what we get here for money. Do we get that? Holiday Coastline, 1 out of 3. Yes, our first one is there. Not much money, 7,000 bucks. A little bit of experience. We'll continue on here. Let's see if there is a delivery. Now, last time I checked, 4 out of 15 on the event too. So 11 more cities to go for the events. Now, the last time I checked, there wasn't a delivery to Zadar, but when I came back a few hours later, one had popped up because the World of Trucks contract, of course, change as they go along. Search up here, see if we got SPL. Yes, 2 deliveries. So maybe it's not going to be that hard. How far away is that one? 135 kilometers, 2 hours and 1 minute. It's a short one. So next one will be probably a double header. Looks like we got 2 possibilities. Excellent. I'll see you again. I'll put a link to the episode as soon as it's ready. Let me know how you're enjoying West Balkans. We'll see you in the next episode, everybody. Take care. Bye.